Are you a gun collector or are you a shooter? Now, there are those who go out and purchase a handgun purely for self-defense. They're not really interested in guns. They're just looking for something to make them sleep better at night, just in case. Now, we're really not talking about those kind of gun owners, because that has a place, and there's nothing wrong with going out and buying a handgun. You do need to be familiar with it. You do need to at least put a couple of hundred rounds through it, understanding the gun and how it functions. But there are a lot of guys out there who are purchasing guns and multiple guns and then never really learning how to shoot. They like to talk about it. They like to show them on YouTube. They like to put a couple of hundred rounds a year through the gun. But we're talking about shooters. Here we go, about 15 yards. One of the other things about being a gun collector, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have an interest in firearms, that's great. And if you put 100, 200 rounds through your gun a year, hey, more power to you, because you have an investment. And I'm going to give you one example right here. This is a Colt Series 70, 1911, 45 ACP. I paid $300 for this gun. This gun is worth at least two times, if not much more than that. I haven't really checked the price on it, the value, because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to sell it. It's my gun. I like to shoot it. But that's the key. I like to shoot these guns. Colt Commander. These guns, when I bought them, I bought them for a good price. But I didn't buy them to sit in my drawer. I didn't buy them to pull them out and shoot them every once in a while on an outing. I put thousands of rounds of 45 downrange every year. Here we go, right here, El Dorado. Jacketed hollow points, just incredible. Now, many people might say, well, you know what, I just can't afford to do that. And you know, that's fine. That's understandable. But for people that are serious about shooting and really to become proficient with their guns, you really need to get familiar with your gun. And the only way that you can really do that is to take it out to the range and put it through its paces. If you're serious about guns, if you're serious about shooting, you definitely need to put some ammunition back, because you need to be able to shoot it whenever you get a chance. And that's just if you're serious. That's not for everybody. Now, for my carry gun, I always carry factory ammo in my gun. There's some legal gray areas with reloads and things like that, but I typically like to shoot decent, high quality ammunition. And so I'll put factory loads, and that's what I carry in my gun. And I only deal with companies that I can trust. When I know that I pull the trigger, it's going to go bang. But there is another option. If you're going to shoot a lot of lead downrange, you need to really look at this other option. Now, here I have just gotten back into reloading. And to be honest with you, I spent about 15 years away from reloading, sold most of my equipment, because I was working for a company where I was flying all the time, going and traveling, and just really didn't have time to reload, had kids, and when I was home, I really was trying to spend time with my family. So, I have just gotten back into reloading, and, you know, you can get into reloading very reasonably. Now, this is just a Lee press, and there's some people that are like, oh, Lee, oh my goodness. Well, you know, yeah, there's some great equipment out there. And, you know, whatever you can afford, Dillon is just top of the line. But I'm trying just to get back into reloading, wanting to teach my boys how to reload. And so I wanted to get into something simple. And this is just a Challenger press right here by Lee. And just has the 357 38 dies with it. I will be doing some video coming up on it. We're not really going to get into all the details of reloading, but I'm just going to show you a couple of things. This is a turret press that I picked up. The ball was missing on the handle. But I got this for a super incredible deal from a buddy of mine who is trying to get rid of some of his extra equipment. Here I have, of course, my favorite 45 ACP dies. Reloading cost about a third of your ammo bill. If you're shooting factory ammo, if you reload, it'll cost you about a third. Yeah, it takes time, but that time spent reloading is very rewarding. In fact, there's nothing like taking some hand loads out and testing them and really getting to know your pistol. Again, you're going from collector to shooter. Now, some of the things you're going to need, you'll need some brass, and this is brass from where I've shot rounds. I'm telling you, I shoot a lot. I've got a box just like this of cleaned 45 brass, and that's not including all the other brass that I shoot on a regular basis that I just put in a box that's dirty, and I clean it when I get a chance. Primers. Now, there for a while, primers and powder were getting hard to find, but now it's coming back around, and you can get these components, reloading components, for your gun. Now, I had a whole bunch of lead, and these are 200 grain semi-wad cutters for 45. I've got about 3,000 rounds of this, and I'm going to load it up and start shooting it. And then I'm going to pick up some jacketed bullets as well. Most of your ranges nowadays, they really don't like for you to use lead. And so, but outside and just playing around and shooting and getting trigger time, lead is great. And then you need some boxes. Boxes are really great to be able to mark the powder charges that you're using and all the different details about the load that you have here. Otherwise, you're shooting, you don't really know what you're shooting. And here are some of the reloads that I reloaded many years ago. And you know, I did a video recently, well, it's been a while back, about reloads and how long they last. And guys, ammunition, where I'm not telling you to just leave ammunition out exposed to the elements, but once you load ammunition, it will last for a while. Now here we have a Smith & Wesson 38 Special Centennial, and I carry this gun a lot. In fact, this is right now, I carry this around my house. We have a lot of property, and I always have that on me. It is loaded. Now, I do want to mention something. And the first gun that I ever reloaded for was a Rossi Model 88, which was in stainless steel, had a 3-inch barrel. I shot 10,000 rounds through that pistol. And you know what? I can shoot a 38 Special because I have put the trigger time in. But I'm telling you what, guys, if you want to run out and just shoot a little bit here and there, you're just never really going to get proficient with your firearm. You know, shooting's fun, and if all you can do is, and all you can afford is to put just a few rounds of ammunition downrange a year, you know what? That's fine. You do what you can. But if you're really serious about shooting, you need to take your gun out and you need to really put it through its paces. There's nothing like being able to reach over in the middle of the night, grab your gun, and know exactly what position that gun's in. Nothing better than being able to strip your gun in a matter of seconds and to have that familiarity, that muscle memory down on your pistol. Now, I will say that dry firing your pistol is a good substitute, and you need to be doing that regardless that if you're shooting a lot of rounds or not. In fact, the Front Sight Institute, that guy, he learned how to be a master champion by dry firing a lot of his rounds. That'll save you a lot of money. Another thing is you may only be able to shoot 22, and if that's the case, which I do a lot of 22 shooting because it's cheap, it's quiet, and it's just a lot of fun, and the kids love it. Shooting is a sport, and there's nothing more rewarding than getting out, teaching others how to shoot, learning how to perfect your shooting as well. You know, my dad's a golfer. And I like to golf myself. But every chance he gets, he goes out and he golfs. Not any different than me going out to the shooting range and putting some lead down range, really honing in my targets and learning what that gun will do. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now, I'll tell you this right now. When they come for your guns, you just got to pick it up and you got to stick it right in the face like this. And you got to know you're not taking my gun. You try to take my gun, I'm going to blow you away. You hear me? You jackbooty thug. Ain't taking no junk. Ain't taking no junk. Me and my bros. Man, we not pulling no punches. We just going to let it fly. We're going to let it fly there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. All right. Whoa. All right.